Hey team, welcome to another Film Friend Fridays, and this one is super exciting. We have on our first curated film photography page. I'm so excited to be interviewing the team behind A Box of Grain. It's a new curated page on Instagram, and this is our first group chat here on Film Friend Fridays. I'm so pumped, and it's gonna be an awesome interview, so stick around and let's get talking to A Box of Grain. Hey guys, thanks for joining me.
Hey bud.
What's up, man?
Hey bud. So we've got A Box of Grain here. We've got Connor and Taylor with us on the show today. So yeah, guys, I wanted to reach out and commend you guys on starting this awesome new featured Instagram. I just wanted to connect with you guys, get to know you all a little better, and kind of talk behind the scenes of A Box of Grain and what you guys are doing there. Cool. So thanks for joining me.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having us. Yeah. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So, I mean, both of you guys have incredible work yourselves, and I definitely want to get you guys on another show and talk to you guys about that. But so what is A Box of Grain? Kind of like break it down for me. What did you guys do, and what does it mean to you guys?
I'll let Taylor take this one. Yeah, I could take it. So I started talking to Taylor like mid-July when I first found his account, and I feel like we first bonded over kind of like a similar music taste, or I'll keep it short and simple, I guess. But I think he just posted like a song. It was one of the stories that I was super into, and we kind of just started talking about music from there. And I think we threw around the idea of starting like a Grateful Dead inspired film page. I don't know how serious we were about that. And then 3 months later in August, we started it. So yeah, it's only been, I think 3 weeks today is how long we've been running the show over there. So
yeah, it was very late one night that we came up with the idea.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we were both running off nothing and just kind of threw it out there, but we're really enjoying it so far. So
yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. And please.
Oh yeah. We were both into the Grateful Dead, and that kind of seemed like a good little niche to dig into. I've listened to them for quite a while, and Connor was talking about it, and a lot of their music lends to a lot of good puns. So it worked out really well.
Yeah. Well, that's really awesome. I didn't even think I realized the whole Grateful Dead influence behind it all.
Yeah, that was like our biggest. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, they have a song called "Box of Rain," and when we like very first started talking about it, I had like a little note thing on my phone going of like, kind of different things we could do. And the people that own the account Box of Grain won't sell it to us. So we had to add the A on there.
Nice.
It took like, I don't know, 2 weeks of like trying to figure stuff out and like not wanting to just add like an A to the start of it. So we had some other ones. Touch of Grain was one of them, which is a play on this song Touch of Gray. I think we were talking about like Grateful Film or something like that, but we didn't want it just to be like a word and then film.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's how we kind of differ from the other pages. Not that we have like anything against any of them, but like we tied in one of our favorite bands, with our love for film, and didn't there's like film's not in our username like most, so it's kind of different in that regard as well.
Yeah, and the Grateful Dead fan base of Deadheads is similar in a lot of ways to people that shoot film, as that it's just a lot of like diehard people that no matter what, like they'll go to Grateful Dead shows. I worked with a dude that had been to 130 Grateful Dead shows, and it's like I know people that have been shooting film for 40 years and like are just now starting to shoot digital just because. And so it's kind of like in that same respect where if you're part of that community, part of the culture, like everybody kind of nerds out about all the same stuff. And I feel like that's a lot of this Instagram film community that's really being born or built right now is like a lot of people that are connecting just based off of like appreciation for each other's work, for what each other does, and like their individuality and stuff like that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
That's awesome. And it's so cool to bring in the Grateful Dead component and like to really like dive into like where can you add to the collective voice of the film community that's growing, and it's awesome how much support there is, especially on this show, just talking with some of the other people that I've interviewed, where they go in and they talk about how they can just reach out to someone in the community, talk about their camera, get some help on their scanning or whatever's going wrong with their camera. So the more outlets like this is pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's insane. Like when I kind of first started getting into it, probably like mid-May is when my personal page started getting a little bit more traction. And like I was posting, I've been shooting mostly film since like last August. And like mid-May is when it first started getting like a lot more traction. Just the amount of people that like reached out to me just to be like, oh, hey, I live out in Oregon. Like, let's link up to shoot. Or like, I have a question about this camera. Like, can you help me? Or like, you know, I've swapped rare films with people online, and like just people, you know, people I met through Instagram and like talked about cameras and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. I picked up film in like December, but I didn't start like using hashtags or following film accounts or film photographers until like March. I'd say like at the height of lockdown when everyone was freaking out, you know, and I used that like this downtime, I guess, if you will, as a way to, I guess, start taking it seriously. And that's where I've met like so many people that I talk to almost more than like, I feel like my parents sometimes.
Yeah,
that's true. Like some people, I just talk to you like 24/7 almost every day, but it's been fun.
Connor texts me probably more than most of my family members do.
It's true.
And not so did you guys meet up online?
Yeah, we haven't met in person yet.
You haven't met in person yet?
No.
Nah, just online stuff through Instagram. My partner is a curator for Season Film. Okay. And she like, we had all like mutually followed each other, and she said something about Connor, and Connor had been like commenting on some of my posts. And then like me and Connor were just like DMing back and forth. Like, shit with each other, and then become good friends from it.
Yeah, it's been fun.
Awesome.
In fact, I thought Taylor was catfishing me until the Zoom call. So
no, you called me when we were like, shit, you don't sound how I thought you were going to.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, Taylor and I are really sarcastic, and we're just messing. It's all good fun. We're just messing with each other a great deal of the time. And then when we want to take it seriously, we're like, it's a shock.
We can't gauge each other's reactions quite.
Yeah, we can't yet.
That's awesome. Well, we need to see like a combined shoot with you two, like out in the field shooting together.
Yeah, we do.
We haven't met yet.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
I mean, I feel like
you guys better. You should hit me up. I'll shoot a video for it.
Yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, he lives in Portland. I live in Orange County. I feel like if COVID wasn't going on, I could have probably gone on a trip out there already. But
or if the West Coast wasn't on fire right now.
Yeah.
Different story for sure.
Yeah. Shooting right now is not cool.
No.
It's a cool mood, but it's also like really depressing and hazardous to your health. So.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We just shot a wedding yesterday, and it was just like, this is rough out here. It was kind of cool, but kind of not.
Yeah. Everybody has to wear like real respirators, not just like.
Yeah. So, all right. So you guys had the theme of the Grateful Dead behind everything. Now, are your images that you're finding, are you sticking to like the Grateful Dead color palette when people are submitting, or are people like specifically submitting as like, this is cool, Grateful Dead, you should post it? Or like, how are you guys finding what you're curating?
I'd say as far as like we're so new, it's 3 weeks in. I'd say Taylor and I both have like a similar appreciation or eye for, you know, like a specific like style of photography. It's not just like the, you know, consistent like Americana stuff that other film accounts post. we're not sticking to like a certain. Yeah, we love all of that. Yeah, but we're not like sticking to a specific color palette or anything like that. But I guess like our biggest like tie to like music and Grateful Dead is we just launched Spotify playlist. So every first of the month, we're going to release a Spotify playlist by someone from the community. Like someone's going to make it for us. And that's like our biggest tie with music and film at this point in time. But, you know, again, we're so new, we could develop something like more niche to the Grateful Dead as far as our curating goes.
Yeah.
And we didn't want to kind of like pigeonhole ourselves into we're specifically posting Grateful Dead reference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Influence film. You know, like Connor and I both shoot a lot of this Americana and like cars and stuff like that. And I love it, but it seems like a lot of the feature pages is just like car. And then like somewhere out in the middle of the desert. And so we kind of wanted to like try and showcase people that are shooting different stuff that's still stuff that we like. So a lot of our stuff is kind of like an outdoor vibe or like really cool creative portraiture or like cool night photography, stuff like stuff in our opinion that doesn't quite get shown quite as much on feature pages. Feature pages right now are like for the most part like pretty one note, which is all right. Like we just decided we want to be a little different.
Yeah, and that's again nothing against any of them because we're friends with like most of the people who curate these pages. But
not talking shit on y'all.
Yeah, no shade ever. But yeah, I think like you said, and we're trying to. We've already discovered so many new photographers we've never even heard of before, and these people have like 50 to 100 followers, you know, and it's just stuff that's like could be gaining more traction than our own accounts, but.
So, and that's something that I've already discovered. I mean, you guys have been going for 3 weeks, but both of you guys have such great personal work. What you guys have been posting, I mean, color wise, it definitely, like you said, it doesn't fit in the vein of a lot of the featured pages, but also like a lot of like just standard, you know, film hashtags that there's a lot of saturated colors. There's a lot of like vibrancy. You're doing mixtures of night and day. Like, you know, sometimes like it's like only night or only day or like only cars, like you were saying, but you guys have such a variety, but the variety works together is kind of like one of the things that I've been blown away with. Like you guys have been going for such a short amount of time to have like such a dope lineup of stuff right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
We probably, I mean, I go through like, haven't like the past week because of all the stuff that's been going on, but almost like daily I'll like go through our hashtags and like our account has so many saved photos on it, which unfortunately it's like there's just no way we'll ever be able to post every single one or else we'll be posting 25 photos a day. But I go through like any tagged photos we have and all of our hashtags every single day. I try to, if Connor hasn't already, I try to like them all just so that people know like, hey, we appreciate you're using our tag. And like, I think we're above 1,000 hashtag uses now, which is, I mean, you know, 1,000 posts in 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's really crazy. And, you know, we just had 1,300 followers, I think, or maybe we're just right under that. But it's crazy to think that, it's weird because for Instagram, the hashtags, it doesn't say like a specific amount of hashtags that people use or like that are using our hashtag. It just says 1,000 plus. So like we could be at like 5,000 or something, you know, but I don't know when they update that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. So what is y'all's vision for it? Where do you want to go in the future with it? Do you just want it to be like a fun, you know, shared page? Like what ultimately do you want to provide for the community and even yourselves?
Well, big thing for us is building community. Kind of when I started posting and like tagging a lot of feature pages, a lot of this, like I would look at the stuff that they were featuring and it would be like, this person's got 10K or like 30,000 followers. And like, at this point I had like, I don't know, 700 or 800. And I was like, oh, well, there's kind of like a certain thresholds on Instagram where like your work gets noticed more just based off of your following because of how they make Instagram work. You know, in my head, I'm like, I'll never get featured. And then I remember getting my first feature and being like, oh wow, like this is a super cool thing. So a big thing for us is like bringing up people that have really small followings and like they're doing incredible work. We posted a guy last week, I think his name's Alejandro, and he has like 200 followers and like some of the most inspiring photography that I've seen probably like in the last couple months, where I looked at his page, was like, wow, like you're really like pushing me to do better in the kind of stuff that I'm posting.
Yeah.
We really want to build a community behind it. And that's a huge thing for me, is like having a community. You know, it's already so big on Instagram right now, this film community, but like there's a countless number of people that I'm in contact with almost every single day that I've never met in person, and just online, that like we talk like we're friends and like chat about our daily lives, or like, oh hey, you know, I have this cool film stock, like have you shot it, or like stuff like that. And we were talking last night about doing photographer of the month features and trying to do an interview with them. I'm doing Octobers and I'm starting to write up questions and stuff like that. So like that's going to be a little more like stringent on who we feature for that. It's definitely about like somebody's work that really, really inspires us, versus just, you know, like you can look at a lot of pages and be like, wow, you have really excellent photography. And then you stumble upon a few where you're like, okay, you're really like pushing me to try harder and like do something different with my photography. Already so big on Instagram right now, this film community, but like there's a countless number of people that I'm in contact with almost every single day that I've never met in person, and just online that like,
but yeah, so, you know, at 1,300 followers, that's like considered pretty much like nothing compared to the other feature pages, you know, with, you know, anywhere from 10 to 50,000, you know what I mean? And so, you know, we have no idea. I mean, 1,300 in a few weeks is crazy. We didn't really expect this at all, but as far as like continuing to grow, obviously that's something we hope to keep climbing in the thousands and stuff like that. But to never forget like that we did come from this small following, you know, and not just like ignore our followers, or not, or only feature big accounts like Taylor said. It would be fun to, you know, on top of like the fact that we're interviewing someone or like a photographer of the month, it would be cool to make like a community zine, like other pages like Restore for Backup has done, or like Hotspot magazine, both two pages we really like as well. So it would be cool to do that. It would be really hard though to narrow down thousands of photographs to put in a small zine, you know? So
yeah.
Oh, I can't imagine like the amount of submissions some of those pages get.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Film Cosmos is one of my favorite feature pages. I love the like really dark cinematography kind of theme stuff. And when they put out their like requests for zines, I can't imagine how many photos they have to go through. Like, especially if they have like 30 or 50,000 followers. Like, it's got to be absolutely insane.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think the combination of music is such a cool, interesting, unique idea. Dropping the playlists, and you guys are already thinking about trying to do something different in the community. And I love everything that you guys are doing. So, just thank you so much for telling me all about it. Do you guys have anything else you wanted to mention about the page, or anything coming up or anything like that?
Yeah, I was going to say one thing with the music is that music is such a personal thing that like is to me the same equity of like your photography style, where it's like really a reflection of you, and being able to see people's tastes in music beyond what my tastes are or what Connor's are. And like, obviously we like the Grateful Dead, but also we have very wide ranging tastes in music. And I always love finding new music. And so like when people put out the first playlist, like going through it and just like finding random songs that I've never heard of, just because they're just not really in my sphere of music that I listen to, is always a cool thing to me. And I think it's cool to be able to connect like somebody's art with another artist, as in a musician, and seeing how it plays into their style of photography or like the things that they're interested in. And I think it's cool to like be able to put that out there and say, like, not only does this person have a really cool style of photography and the stuff they do, but also their music taste like reflects the kind of stuff they want to shoot in different ways.
Yeah. Sure. Totally agree with that. And I know some people, or at least I do, I always add, like, whenever I post something new, I add like a song that I'm digging at the time with it. But there's some people that like go out and like try to replicate the mood of their favorite song in their like photographs. And I've seen like, and do a good job with that. So it's cool to see people tie like both of Taylor and I's two like loves of photography and music with like their day-to-day posting, you know? So that's another rad thing.
That's awesome. That just takes like a whole nother skill.
It does. Yeah, for sure.
I'm a musician myself and I don't do that. So I think that would be crazy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, again, it's such a unique thing for you guys to be doing. And I can't wait to like see like in the future, like what additional music things you can tie in, these interviews, the playlists. Like what further you're going to take it. I mean, it's only been a few weeks. So, it's been like an awesome time to talk to you guys and you guys are killing it over there. So I appreciate it so much for being on the show today.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, thanks for having us.
We have a couple things in the works. We're trying to get in contact with Grateful Dead to see if we can print their bear logos for t-shirts. Cause a lot of people ask for t-shirts. Yeah. We talk about doing stickers and pins. It's waiting on you, Grateful Dead.
Yeah. If you see this YouTube video, please reach out to us.
Well, that's awesome, guys. Thanks for coming on the show. And everybody go check them out. A Box of Grain on Instagram, and it's awesome. So Connor, Taylor, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for having us on.
Yeah, guys. All right, you guys have a good one.
You too.
You too.
Guys, thank you so much for watching our first ever curated page, A Box of Grain interview. It was so awesome talking to Connor and Taylor about the story behind why they started it and the music collaboration that they do within it. I'm so excited to see what the future looks like. I need to make them my own music playlist and see if they put that up there on their page. But it was just so awesome talking with them and a pleasure to be a part of this film community. I just love engaging with people about film. I love engaging with people about what they're doing, what they're creating. It's just so much fun. So if you enjoyed this video, there's gonna be a lot more like this every Friday. So like and subscribe, hit the bell. You want to get those notifications about every new Film Friend Fridays coming out, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.